welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a king cake. A king cake is a delicious dessert that we enjoy here in Louisiana, and I think some people in Alabama and other states now because it's so popular. But a king cake is eaten on January 6th in honor of the 12th night, which is historically marks the arrival of the three wise men in Bethlehem who delivered gifts to baby Jesus. I have decided to tackle this big feat. There are a lot of ingredients that we're going to cover today, but I'm excited and I hope that... Now, this particular king cake recipe, I got it off of the internet, of course, and this is Amy Nash's recipe. So all of the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. So to this bowl, I have added my warm water. I've added warm water, and we're going to add our active yeast to this bowl. Now to this container here, in this container, I've got my butter and my milk. I'm going to add my salt, and I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to add my thermometer because this mixture actually needs to come to about 120 to 130 degrees. So let's add our salt, and then we're going to mix that. Mix it well, just a little, just to add the salt in there. Okay. And then we're going to add the thermometer. Okay. Look at how the yeast is activating. You see it's bubbling? That's what you want to see. You want to see it bubbling. Okay, so our milk and butter mixture has reached the proper temperature. We're going to go ahead and add that to our mixing bowl. We're going to add our sugar. We are going to add our eggs. And we're going to add our yeast mixture. See how foamy that is? That's the consistency you want to see. It's nice and bubbly and foamy. That means that that yeast is active. We're going to add that to our bowl. Add all of that to our bowl. Okay. And then we're going to add 1 cup of flour, and we're going to start mixing. And we're going to add 1 cup of flour at a time until it's well incorporated. It's starting to come together. Don't be afraid to try recipes with yeast. It sounds scary, but hey, if it doesn't come out right the first time, keep trying till you get it right. Okay, let's go ahead and get this out of the bowl. It is pretty sticky, but that's the consistency that you want. I don't want to agitate it too much, and then I'm going to roll it into a ball, and then I am going to place it into this bowl. I'm going to actually roll the dough around a little bit so that it can get coated in the butter that I have here in this pan, in this bowl, excuse me. See how I'm just turning that around so that the entire ball of dough is coated in the oil, well, not oil, but the butter that I have in this pan. And then we are going to cover this with plastic wrap, and we are going to put it in the oven to proof. Now my oven, the proofing temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, I think that's good. We're going to cover it with plastic wrap, and we are going to put it in the oven for approximately, it says 1 to 2 hours. So we're going to do 2 hours. Since I've never done this before, until the dough actually doubles in size. Okay, so while our dough is proofing in the oven, we're going to get started on our fillings. But remember, I told you guys I had a story to tell you. I'm not going to be long. So on one of my previous videos, I was talking about the egg shortage that we have here now in the U.S. If you're watching this years from now, just Google it, you'll hear about it. But anyway, so I was at someone in my family passed away, and I went to the loved one's funeral today. Well, my aunt was there and she was like, oh, there's this awesome grocery store in this particular little small town. Have you been there? And I was like, no, we're supposed to be, here, mourning with the family and all. And so she was like, well, when you get a chance, when this is all over, I want you to go to the little grocery store next door. I have no idea why she wanted me to do that. But just let me tell you, when someone tells you to do something and you think it's far-fetched, I shouldn't, that's probably the Holy Spirit. Now, there may be some of you who don't believe in the Holy Spirit. That's your choice, but I do. So I went to the store and I met this couple while in the store. They were discussing what type of butter to get. So I was just explaining to them, oh, you want to get a quality butter? And so we talked for a little bit. I walked away from them and finished doing my shopping. Mind you, everything that I got today, quality butter included, was on sale at the store. So I go to check out, and who am I behind? This same couple. So they check out, I check out shortly thereafter. I walk into my car, and then all of a sudden the wife goes, ma'am, can you come in for a second? Now, I don't know these people. I did get a little frightened. I was like, okay, yeah, but I figure, it's a open parking lot. If they want to grab me, hey, whatever. But anyway, so she says, I want to give you something. And I have you to know that young lady gave me a dozen of fresh eggs. A dozen of fresh eggs that have not been refrigerated. They will last on my counter for 3 months. Well, they won't last that long because I love to bake. But I just wanted to tell you that story. So I was telling you about the egg shortage, and God said, I heard you. And I got me a whole dozen of fresh eggs from her farm. So I just wanted to tell you that little story. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on our filling. The first filling that we're going to do is the cinnamon filling. And here in this bowl, I've got brown sugar, cinnamon, regular sugar, flour, vanilla extract, and melted butter. And we're just going to add all of this to this bowl and mix it together. And you see that? It's a little crumbly, but you see that? And that's what we're going to use as one of the fillings. So we've got the cinnamon filling, and next I'm going to make the cream cheese filling, which is my favorite. Okay, and for our second filling, we are going to use cream cheese, softened butter, vanilla extract, and powdered sugar. So let's go ahead and add our powdered sugar, our vanilla, our softened room temperature butter, and then we're going to add our cream cheese. And we're going to mix this all together. Nice and creamy. See that? Nice and creamy. Okay, one more, well, actually there should be 2 more steps, but I'm gonna change this recipe up a little bit. So this recipe calls for a frosting, in addition to the colored sugar that you put on top, but I think that's too much. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna color my frosting. So I'm gonna use these gel food coloring. You can, I think these are by Betty Crocker. You can get these at any grocery store. You're gonna need powdered sugar, milk, lemon, and vanilla extract. So I'm gonna mix these all together, and then I'm gonna divide them in these 3 bowls, and I'm gonna make my icing yellow, green, and purple for the top of my king cake. I just removed the dough from the oven, and look at it. Doesn't it look beautiful? It has officially doubled in size. So what we're gonna do is take off the plastic wrap. And it says to pinch the dough. So let's pinch it. Yeah, okay. Okay, before we take the dough out of the bowl, it says to divide the dough in half. So I'm gonna divide it in half. Take half of the dough and put a little flour on that because it's sticky. Divide it in half. We're going to take half of the dough. We're going to put it on the mat. And we are going to roll this dough out into approximately a 10 by 16 rectangle. Okay, Now that we've got this rolled out, we're going to take this pizza cutter and cut it in half into 2 equal rectangles. Okay, you see that? Cut that in half. And now we're going to use our filling to fill the inside. The first filling is the cinnamon filling that we made. And we're just going to take the crumbles and place it on the inside of the dough. And then we're going to take our second filling, which is the cream cheese filling, and we're going to spread that on this side. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to turn this so you can see. We're going to roll the dough. And then we're going to do the same thing to our cream cheese filled one. Roll it as if it were a cinnamon roll. You see that? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to braid these 2 pieces together. So, one over the other. We're going to pinch it. And then we're going to braid. Don't be afraid to manipulate your dough. It's not going to fall apart. And if it does, just put it back together. Crisscross. See that? We're going to put it in a circle pattern. And we're going to transfer this onto our baking sheet. Very carefully. Okay. Let's pinch that together. 1, 2, 3, don't be afraid. There we go. And there you have it. There's our first one. Because remember, we cut the dough in half, so we have another one to do. Okay, so both of these have risen for a second time. Can you see that? I think the first one that I did, it's a little puffier than the second one, but the second one is prettier. Okay, so we're gonna bake these in the oven. I preheated the oven to 335. We're gonna bake these for 25 to 30 minutes. I can't wait. Okay, and there you have it. So this was the first one that I did. I was a little nervous, and you can see that because look at the pattern. The braiding was not as pretty. And then this was the second one. It's nice and golden brown. It's beautiful. So now all we need to do is decorate. So we've got the green, a purple. A purple is a little suspect. And then our yellow. If this were a traditional Louisiana king cake, we would have placed a little plastic baby on the inside. And as tradition goes, the person that finds the baby, in some traditions, that person is in charge of buying the next king cake, but in other traditions, that person is deemed the king of or queen of Mardi Gras. So this is what it looks like on the inside. You see the swirl of the cinnamon. And now for the best part, the taste test. Okay. No joke. This is good. Okay, now we have a problem because this is so good. I'm definitely going to have to share this because I cannot, I can't have this in the house. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking out time in your day to watch my video from beginning to end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and join me again next time in my kitchen. There's no telling what I'll bake, but if there's something that you would like me, a recipe you'd like me to try, list it down below in the comments, and maybe I'll give it a try. Thank you so much again for watching. Bye.